Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again on this lovely Monday early evening. Just getting off of work. Hey, man, I didn't get a chance to do my post game video last night because I was at Mark's house and he was recording, so I didn't want to interrupt him talking to the fans. A lot of background noise and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, man, like this game yesterday, it just goes to show you that linebackers matter, right? We went this whole time under the Dan Quinn scheme. Don't get me wrong, I'm not coming in here to bash Dan Quinn, but I'm saying he just didn't understand how to make adjustments when needed, right? And understanding that you can't utilize undersized linebackers in today's game. You got to have guys that can go out there and get it done, right? You got to have guys that are built for this to get the job done. We went and traded. We went and got Eric Kendricks. Overshown came back. Clark is healthy. We drafted Maris Luafau. Come on now. Overshown. This is the first time we've seen him since we drafted him because of his injury. That boy looked like he got shot out of a tank in that game last night. I mean, Overshown was everywhere. He was in the backfield on Watson. He was out there in coverage. He was tackling everybody. It got to the point where teammates was like, hey, bro, let me get the tackle. Let me get the tackle. Why are you tackling everybody? How you come from across the field all the way over here to tackle this guy? Now you in my lane. We contained the run. I loved everything with Jordan Phillips is a beast. This dude came straight through the middle and hit the hell out of Watson when he threw that deep ball to Amari Cooper. When Amari Cooper missed, when Amari Cooper dropped the ball, that would have been an easy walk-in touchdown. Damn, son. I feel bad for Watson. And I heard that Deshaun just lost his father too. You know, I I get it. That's an emotional time. You know, whenever you lose a loved one and you got to go play a football game or just in general, like trying to get yourself amped for the game is hard sometimes. But shout out to Watson for that. But condolences to his family and all of that. But at the end of the day, man, he was already wincing because he was coming back from that shoulder injury. Like I said in my video before the game, that the Cowboys were going to attack that anyway because they knew that he was coming back from a shoulder injury. And, there was rust to be had. There was rust to knock off, considering the fact that that was his first game from his injury. But I don't know. The Browns have a good team. They got a good defense. They were number one in defense last year, y'all. Let's not forget that. Everybody talks about, oh, Dak this, Dak didn't do this, Dak didn't do that. It irritates me when I hear this because when you watch the game, yes, our offense was a little rusty. Why? Because they didn't play in preseason. They didn't play at all. These starters did not play in preseason. And that game showed it. Although they were rusty, they still played a good game. Dak came out there and started balling. And then after a while, you could see the fatigue. They started getting tired because at the end of the day, they wasn't used to playing a game. It's been a while. CeeDee Lamb was out all this time. You can tell. They put him on the pitch count. 5 receptions, 65 yards. Brandon Cooks got the touchdown. Love to see it. You know what I mean? Like that's when you're number two. When you're number one has something going on or he's not able to get it done or they're bracketing him for whatever reason, the number two shows up. So when you have a team where you have a good 1 and a 2, it helps your team out tremendously because it's not really a drop-off. You know what I mean? And a lot of people talk about, oh, Brandon Cooks is washed. Please. Cut that shit out. That's false. I don't understand. Like, when people be making me these comments, I'm like, do you even know football? Have you ever played football? Do you know what it takes to play this game every day? Like, half of us could not come out here and do this at all. It's hard. It's hard as hell. Getting hit every play and then getting running full speed. Come on. I need people to use common sense. And this stuff about Dak Prescott, people talking about, oh, he didn't deserve his contract. Everybody comes up, oh, he wanted $60 million a year. Actually, giving them the contract that they gave them was good for the salary cap. If some of the idiots that commented about the salary cap talking about some, oh, how are we going to sign other players? Well, Micah's not really due for a whole nother year, and the salary cap's going to go up in a year. Signing him to a 4-year contract actually spreads that money out, so it's not a high hit on the cap, dummy. Another thing, how the fuck you gonna say, excuse my language, how you gonna say another grown-ass man don't deserve money? That's like somebody coming to your job when it's time for you to get a raise. They be like, nah, don't give him no raise. He don't deserve that money. How are you as a grown-ass individual going to tell another grown man what his worth is? That's the thing that kills me. I'm never going to say, oh, this player don't deserve this. You know how hard it is to play football? Do you know what they put out there? And what they risk their bodies to play this game? There's people that don't even make it to the NFL, like me, that got injured. And will have effects of that for the rest of their life. This sport is brutal. So yeah, these players need to get paid all the money. Hell, baseball players get paid all enormous amounts of money. Nobody says nothing about that. But yet, in football, in the sport where it's the most contact, we got to put a cap on stuff. That part I don't get. I don't understand that. And then they say, oh, well, Dak Prescott ain't won nothing. Okay. Well, didn't Tua Tagovailoa get paid? Didn't Justin Herbert get paid? Didn't Kirk Cousins get paid? Have these guys won a damn Super Bowl? No. So, what's the difference between them getting paid and Dak? If you want to put it that way. If you want to say that, oh, making it to a Super Bowl depicts that you get paid or not. That's a dumbass narrative. Do you know how hard it is to win a Super Bowl? Super Bowl is not just for one person. The Cowboys ain't won a damn Super Bowl since the 90s. So you gonna put that on Dak's back? They didn't win during Romo's era either. What does that tell you? It ain't the players. It's the organization. If you've been a fan of this team long enough, you understand that the Joneses is the reason for that. Yeah, we've had some not good coaches in the past. But I think the coaching staff we got right now can win us a Super Bowl. When they first signed Mike McCarthy, some of you dumb butts was like, oh, I don't think Mike McCarthy... Did Mike McCarthy not win a Super Bowl for his previous team? In a contract year, mind you. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that Mike McCarthy won his Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers on the last year of his contract? And is this not his last year in his contract with the Dallas Cowboys? Get the right defensive coordinator in there, you never know what'll happen. You see, all of a sudden, this defense is so much better, right? You know why? Because it's called discipline. It's called getting your players to play the best that they can play. Not every coach can get their players to the pinnacle. You don't think Pat Mahomes had help from his defense winning them Super Bowls? Remember when they had two of our old linebackers? And they had our old safety, Charvarius Ward, that we should have never traded away? These guys did good. And the defense was balling. Championships are won in the trenches. Offensive defense. What did the Cowboys do this year? Strengthen that offensive line. And now you could say, oh, well, you strengthened it with two rookies, but these rookies are playing pretty damn well. Shout out to Tyler Guyton for going out there and going against the best defensive end in the league, Myles Garrett, and playing pretty well. Yeah, he got beat once or twice, but he definitely kept Myles Garrett ass up off of Dak. I say that's a win. Cooper Beebe went in there, snapping the ball. I think he had like one miscue. That was when they had that delay game when it went to 0. I don't know if that's his fault or if he didn't know what the clock what the snap count was at the point. I don't know. But either way, Cooper Beebe played pretty well. Kept that middle clean for Dak to throw the ball. So I'm just saying, people bitch and complain about what a man is worth. Don't worry about that. Worry about the things that are more important. How this team is going to go forward to win. Because it ain't just on Dak to win a damn Super Bowl. I hate when people be like, oh, well, well, Dak ain't did this, Dak ain't did that. You think Pat Mahomes would have won a Super Bowl without a defense? You think Tom Brady would have won a Super Bowl without that whole team doing their thing? Football is an ultimate team sport. You can't do it by yourself. I don't care who you think you are. You can be the best quarterback in the world, but if your offensive line ain't holding up, your trenches ain't doing their job, you're not going to win. How did we beat the Browns? 33-17. Well, it should have been 33-10. We allowed them to get that rushing touchdown at the end of the game to make it 17 points, but it would have been worse than that. What did we do? We did exactly what I said they should have done in my video before the game. Go back and watch my video, my matchup video before the game. I stated keys to the victory, and it did exactly that. Apply pressure to Watson. Keep that ball out of Amari Cooper's hand. Offense, run the damn ball. Have balance. Get CD and Brandon Cooks the ball. They did those things. And they won decisively. Last year, we went the first 6-7 games without a rushing damn touchdown. All of a sudden, we get Zeke back, and Zeke scores a rushing touchdown in week 1. For those of you that are mad that Zeke is back for whatever reason, because you think he's washed, that boy ain't washed. He had better runs than Rico Dowdle did. So, let's cut that crap out now. How about we just stop complaining and just enjoy the team? Enjoy the fact that we got linebackers now. Linebackers matter. And that's what we've been saying all day yesterday. Linebackers matter. The linebackers definitely made a difference. Eric Kendricks got an interception. Trayvon Diggs, welcome back, bruh. Got an interception. And shout out to the young boy, Kalen Carson, out there. He almost had a couple of picks. That ball came to him. He was like, couldn't grab it. Let me tell you something. Young boy played good. Just wait till we get Deron Bland back out there with Diggs. Ooh. It's going to look good towards the end of the year. Now, we got some tough games coming up. I know we play the Saints next week, and then we got the Ravens right after that. Teams are not impossible to beat. You just have to know how to beat them. It's called doing your homework. but I'm loving what I'm seeing with the Cowboys this year. Hopefully we can keep this up. I just need the offense to, they will knock the rust off. I'm not worried about the offense. The offense is going to be fine. They knock that rust off, they're going to be okay. CeeDee Lamb should be good for the next game. I give them, if not by next week against the Saints, the week after with the Ravens, the offense is going to be clicking even more. So I'm not too worried about this team. I love the addition of Mike Zimmer and what he's doing with his defense. I'm loving every minute of it. Everybody was wondering, because Zimmer's different than Dan Quinn is, were we going to get lack of turnovers? Well, as you can see, no. Might even get more than we did with Dan Quinn. Who knows? But with that being said, man, like, share, subscribe to the channel, man. It's your boy E2 Blue. Always keeping it real. Y'all have a great Monday.